Bonjour, everyone. Hi, this is Neshi Lilkatz. Welcome to Star Nations organization, Star Nations magazine, to be very specific. I thought I'd just kind of hop in and show you guys a few things about the February issue. So I'm Yvette Neshi Lilkatz, and kind of the executive editor for the magazine. And we have some really nice things in the February issue for you that I thought I'd like to share with you. So welcome, everybody. And let's get started because I don't want to keep you too long. This is just a little peek into the magazine and give you a little bit of some information about the articles, the titles that appear on the cover, and also to share the cover with you. So here's the cover. We're going to bring the cover up. There's the cover. That's February issue 2017. That's issue 57. 57. Yes. We have 57 issues now. Can you believe that? It's like, holy smokes, that's a lot of months and a lot of time to get into magazines. So anyway, this is the February issue, and it's kind of our nod to the lunar calendar and Chinese New Year. And that's why I chose the cover, the picture on the cover of this young lady dressed in red, because, you know, red is a very happy color, lucky color in Chinese tradition. And even her hands, the way they're put, is really a significant position for this. And it's like, it's a greeting to you, and it's about luck and wishing you well. And so when I saw that, I thought, you know, that should go on the cover, because we certainly do wish you guys well, all of our readers. So let's get a little into the magazine itself, okay? We have the first issue, the first article, I should say, that's up. I'm going to give it a solo here. This is by our contributing writer, Jan Beaver. This is Jan's article called Dragon's Egg. This is part 2. And the picture there is about Dragon's Mountain. And in Jan's article, part 1 and part 2, she shares with us about a time, let's make that a little bit bigger, a time when she had received a vision, a dream, so to speak, and about thunderbirds and dragons, and she was on a quest, a journey to connect lines within Grandmother Earth and to help Grandmother Earth. And this article tells us all about it and how Dragon came into her life. And so it's a really, I loved the article. You know, I know I'm partial. I can't help it. I'm partial, but Jan's article, it's, you know, if you guys really like dragon medicine, the spirit of dragon, you're going to love the second half of her article. So that's Dragon's Egg by Jan Beaver. And the next one is, this is Sharon Rosenblum's, her second article for Star Nations magazine. She is now our contributing writer for everything about food. And so she wrote about love-infused food, and the ingredient about how love changes the vibration of our food and how it tastes, even how it turns out, right? Right. And so in the picture here, give it a solo, it was a delicious roasted chicken, and it's called engagement chicken. This is a meal that is well known to be made for in the evening that you think you're going to be engaged. Okay, and so it has a lot to do with about love and about the Valentines. And so the recipe itself has been tweaked just a little bit by Sharon. And so you get one of her personal recipes with the article. And it's a fun article. Really it is. And when talking about love and food. Yeah. And, you know, the thing is that all the pictures that she takes is in her own kitchen, too. So that's one of her granite countertops. And the next one, oh, it's about power animals. This is one of the featured articles in the magazine, and it's by our contributing writer, Leslie Neshi. And Leslie Neshi is also an animal communicator. And I had made a special request to Leslie to write a special article about power animals and how power animals are seen through her perspective, as well as the perspective of an animal communicator, right? And actually, the subject, the topic of this article came from our community, from Star Nation's community. A few months ago, I had done a live stream with our closed community, which is the Star Nation's magazine and radio network group, and asked them to give us some feedback on what they would like to see and hear about in 2018 from Star Nations. And power animals was one of them. And so Leslie was very gracious to do 2 articles in 1 month, too. And so this is her power animal article, and that is a raven on the main picture. We're going to give him his solo. There we go. And anyway, she tells us about power animals and why they're in our lives, and she actually gives us some information from an animal communicator point of view. She also gives us some reference material that she finds that is very helpful in her work as well. So kind of like, these are my go-to books. And so she shares that with us. I loved it. She also has a picture of the books, the actual pages and that sort of thing. So it's really good, great article. And the next one on the cover is by Eddie Mullins. Eddie Mullins is a returning contributing writer to Star Nations magazine. We're very happy to have him back. I told him welcome home when he made the decision to come back to Star Nations. And this is his premiere article in the magazine in the February issue. And he writes about the article is entitled Mystery of the Space Between is Everywhere. And we're going to give that it's solo. And what Eddie writes about is, in this particular article, is about the space between space, and what kind of mysteries lie within those spaces. And so even with the picture that I found to go with his article, it's a lot about love and about heart space, and where you go to your heart to gather information. And if you look at, if you see the article, read the article and look at the picture that goes along with it, there is a space between the little hearts that are in there. So it's the mystery of the space between is everywhere. So welcome back, Eddie. We appreciate you being here and providing and sharing information for us and our readers. Yeah. And, Eddie is going to be writing from a particular point of view, and that is more from a shamanistic point of view. And so we look forward to future articles. I can't talk this afternoon. Articles coming from Eddie. Got to slow down. My mind has got so many things they want to tell you. This next one article is by Carla Jo Worth, and Carla Jo writes for us under the section of the Sacred Feminine, and the title of her column is The Eclectic Pagan's Journey. And let me tell you, she shares some really wonderful information with us about being a pagan, a Wiccan. And in the February issue, her article is about early spring celebrations, and she talks to us about St. Bridget's Day and Bridget, and the holy wells found all over Ireland and Scotland and parts of the UK. So St. Bridget, and that the picture, of course, is Bridget's cross, And the one below the cross is Bridget's Holy Well in Ireland. And I've actually been to this well, and the well is down at the very, very far end. And what you do is when you get to the well, is you make your offerings, and you can leave anything that you'd like. And a lot of people on both sides are offerings for other people, actually, usually requesting healings for other people. And so there's pictures and all kinds of things placed there, requesting assistance. And when you get to the well, as you kneel down at the well, what you're supposed to do, and I learned this from my friend Amantha Murphy, because the first time I was at this particular well, Amantha was there with me, and she was teaching us that, you have to spin the water three times before you take a little bit, and you can bring it to your lips, or you can bring it to your third eye or to your heart. And so anyway, this is Bridget's Well in Ireland. And Carla Joe's article really helps us to understand Bridget from a pagan point of view, okay, an American pagan point of view. And it's an article filled with a lot of really good information. And so if you would like to read about Bridget and from a pagan point of view, Carla Joe's article's it. And next up, we have The Mystery School. It's an article by Ortrun Franklin entitled The Mystical Heart. And the mystical heart is, we spiritually, we talk about the heart. And this is what Ortrun wrote about. And the mystical heart is not just your physical heart, but it's also that spiritual part of you. And that what's really great about this article is that Ortrun brings in her understanding about Egypt and the pyramids. And so she tells us about the mystical heart from that point of view. And she also includes a recent live stream show that we did together in January that was titled The Mystical Heart. And I tell you what, every time you sit down to listen to Ortrun and Carl, you learn something every single time. And so Ortrun's article actually talks and explains about what makes the heart mystical. And so it's a really great read, especially if you're studying about ancient Egypt. Okay. Yeah. And I chose this picture to go with her article because of course there's a man and a woman. So it's a balance between the male and the female and creating that heart between. And if we go back to that space between, that's where the mystery is. And that's where it's mystical, right? Yeah. It's a great picture. Great article. Yeah. And so those are the articles that are on the cover of the magazine. And I'm going to get back to the front, the beginning. I forgot to tell you, the name of Eddie's column is the Wisdom Keeper's Path. Wisdom Keeper's Path. And the column name for Sharon Rosenblum's work is called Nourishing Body and Soul. I like that title too. The featured article, and then back to the cover. Yeah. Yay. Now, the thing is that, we all like to read our material in many different ways. Like, I still like to read a hard book, soft cover, hardcover book on occasion. Most of my reading is done digitally with my iPad. And so we all have our favorite ways to read our material, right? The things that we like to read. Well, Star Nations magazine, we listened to our community a long time ago. And so we are offering the experience of being with the magazine in as many ways as you can. Okay. So if you like to read hold it in your hands. We have print on demand. If you like to read it in your iPad or in your tablet, It's digital. And we offer that through Apple Store and also Google Play Store. And the app is free, but the magazine, of course, is $2.99. Okay. And then you can also read the magazine as a PDF. So that means you can read it on anything that you have, whether it's a desktop computer or it is a laptop or your phone. It comes as a PDF through our partners at MagCloud, and you have to download their app in order to do that. But it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And so you can download that from their website, and they also offer WebViewer. Now, WebViewer are for people who don't like to have stuff cluttering up their inbox or their drive, or to have anything in print. So it's completely in the cloud, and you can use it anywhere, obviously, to see it, as long as you can access your iCloud or your cloud account. So that's the different ways that you can get it: print, digital, WebViewer, and PDF, right? And even some people print out the PDF, although, it is 80 pages, usually somewhere between 65 and 80 pages most months, usually closer to 80. And so that's 80 pages of paper. If you want to print it out, you can do that. But that's a lot of paper to print out. So anyway, that is the magazine. Hi, Cinda Lynn. Thank you for joining me. I just kind of popped in. It's kind of like a sneak up. I just kind of popped in just to share about the magazine February issue 2017, the 57th issue. And I'm going to put in the comments about where you can get your copy of the February issue of Star Nations magazine. It is a spiritual magazine. All of our contributing writers write from that point of view, from a spiritual point of view. And then we all we're pretty eclectic. We come from many different beliefs. We come from many different places around the world. We have a writer who's an expat from Japan. We have had feature writers from South Africa and Ireland and the UK and Canada, South America. So, we're very eclectic, and we try to provide as many points of view about spiritual topics. And so I hope you enjoy your time with us. The one thing that's really unique about our magazine is that in the digital issue, you can actually go to the different videos. We have videos embedded into the magazine. So, and it doesn't take you to YouTube or to another place. You watch the video right inside the magazine, which is kind of nice, right? And we also sometimes also have audios. We don't have any audios in the February issue, but if we did, you would be able to listen to the audio right from the magazine. It doesn't take you someplace else and then come back. So that is pretty unique to the magazine. Of course, we have all the links and all of that you can go to someone's website if you want to go check them out and that sort of thing. So, enjoy your time with us when you're with the magazine. We love that you are interested and support the work of the contributing writers. And many people feel that our magazine is like a resource. And a lot of people actually collect the magazine so that they can refer back to the information found within the magazines. So with that, thank you so much for listening to me this afternoon. Thank you, Cindy Lynn. Like I said, it was kind of like a sneak up. I was going to do this yesterday afternoon, Sunday afternoon, because what do you do on a Sunday afternoon? It's pretty quiet usually, right? Right. And it was for me too, except I started working on my laptop, trying to clean it up and switching over to my new laptop, and that takes a long time to do. And so I spent most of that time yesterday doing that. But I wanted to be with you today to share the February issue with you, and so you could actually see it up close. And if you have any questions about the magazine, please leave them in the comments, and I will get to you as soon as I can to answer them for you. And with that, you can join us this week for the radio shows. We're going to change the name of that because we're really Facebook live streaming our shows now. And so tomorrow is Tuesday. And so tomorrow we have, starting at 11 o'clock Central Time, that's noon Eastern, is Polly Joe. Where did I get Patty from? Polly Joe LeBay starts out with chakra sessions on Tuesday morning, afternoon. And then I'm up with Star Nations Communications from Home, and my guest is Nicole Fix. And Nicole writes for us, but she's also a therapist. And we're going to be talking about love because, Wednesday is Valentine's Day. And so we're going to be talking about love. And so that's just starting out the week. And then we have Polly Joe is going to be starting a brand new live stream about meditation and healing, and she's calling it Soul Connection, and that starts on Wednesday night. We're going to see more about that. I'm going to put the promotions out this afternoon so you guys can take a look at that and hopefully join us with that one. Polly Joe is going to be doing a healing guided meditation, but it really is more about you. It's more about you and your spiritual team and identifying within your divine bodies those blocks that kind of hold you back. And so to be able to get those removed by your spiritual team. And so anyway, that is her brand new show, which is airing Wednesday night. I believe it's at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll have to double check that though. Right. And on Thursday is Spirit of Color with my co-host, Donna Thompson, Minnie Kansman, and I, and we're going to be talking about color as therapy on Thursday night this week. So we're always so busy here at Star Nations. We really are. Got lots of good things happening all the time. So with that, I'm going to let you go and enjoy the rest of your afternoon and evening. Have a wonderful Monday afternoon, and we'll see you soon, hopefully tomorrow, for all the shows that are going to be starting this week. Okay. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later.